In this fine episode, we're going to explore old Antarctica. Welcome. This morning I watched this video down here by a doctor, and then someone told me in a comment, great ending to this video of mine. I had no idea what I said, so I listened to the end, and it totally relates to this video below it. Sudden death, I'll say, and very scary, and yet not surprising, maybe running a little late, maybe right on cue, I don't know. Scary, the things that they were pulling out of people's arteries. I suggest you do a search for Sudden D, the documentary. It was alright. I was more interested in the facts, and I don't like when any documentary uses creepy music. Just pisses me off, and I hope I don't ever use creepy music. And really, the subject was creepy enough. I don't think they needed the music. And it's so windy today. I realize I make videos when it's windy, because I can't really go out and do anything. It just snowed, and I like the first good snow. Just shuts down all my little projects outside. And with this extra burst of energy, here I am. YouTube just recommended this guy with these 2 short videos. It looks like his channel's been around for a long time, since 2012 or something. And he's just started hitting the stuff that we do. So I had a look. Here we begin with Beyond the Ice Wall, a Captain Robert Scott exploration of 1912. And here I've just punched it in to see what they give us. Here we go. Bob Scott here went to the Antarctic regions 1901 to 1904. Super cool. And this video that I was watching showed some fascinating pictures. And these are not it, and not even close. I don't expect what I saw to be handed over on a platter, but I am very curious as to the source. Anyways, in old maps we see the region depicted ice-free with passageways through the landmass, and I'm just not seeing what I'm looking for. So let's have a look at his video. So right off the get-go we see this looking like some kind of fountain, and here just a very anomalous block, perhaps a ice chunk as they would tell us. And this one here, clearly a city, ruins. And in fact this whole video is full of such things like this. Here we go. Here is our Antarctica. Pre-Eskimo. Pre in general. Pre-us, past civilization. In ruins. And wouldn't this change something? This down here almost looks like a statue. But nonetheless, the remains of massive columns. Beautiful. Just look at the perfection here in Antarctica. And I have a whole bunch of things I want to show, and I write them down. But today I wrote this down and I put 3 exclamation points after this note. And I could use your help in locating the originals. I haven't dived deep yet. I haven't even looked into any of the archives. And I haven't even finished this video, and thought just these first few pictures were worth sharing immediately. And here another one. Look at this. And forgive me, I cropped it a little short because I always have so much crap open, and I thought I'd make it a little tidy, but now I'm missing the tops of these snow peaks, or whatever. I don't even know. But here, where the snow has melted, it has revealed ruins. And it's safe to assume that all this rock-looking stuff all around is also ruins in worse condition. But here we have a preserved site. I mean, this is a game changer. This is not being talked about. I've never ever seen the ruins in Antarctica, in the Arctic or the Antarctic. whatever, forbidden zone. And here we have some 1912 photos. It leads me to believe that there was still freedom in 1912. There was some kind of freedom. Freedom to exist and explore the ancient world and discuss it. And I think that the education and just the whole system in general changed with World War blank and blank. Everything. Medicine used to be so advanced in the past, especially ancient medicine, as we're told, Chinese medicine, but even Western medicine. Royal rife, and just healers all over the place. Leaps and bounds compared to the stupid, non-curing system that we have today. Anyway, here we are, supposedly in 1912. The expedition of a Captain Robert Scott, Great Scott. And I've heard about Admiral Byrd, but I never heard Admiral Byrd say anything about ancient ruins. So here we are. This is just a fresh share. I can't confirm at this point, but it sure looks like Antarctica. And it looks like there's a lot more ruins up here. Pyramids buried. So as if I didn't already want to go, now I really, really want to go, and am also extra pissed because there is still a treaty in place that forbids the common bastard like myself from visiting this land. Who would I bother? Penguins? I don't even see penguins. And I wish I hadn't cropped this. I mean, I can see it, but you guys won't see this mountain and another foot or so of this column. And what a superior column. Look at this baby. Surviving the blast. What a blast. And what ruins. Probably most of it buried, as we see in all of our examples in the regions around us. But nobody's going to be coming out here. I think that the elite, they usually boast how they take little trips out here, and this makes more sense. This is much more interesting. They would love this, to share this amongst each other, their little elite secret. Well, here we go. It's not a secret today. Here, a carving, I think. Carving of a penguin in stone. This area just really seems to have been melted. It's looking very drippy. Just a cooked out area, but this penguin, maybe his aerodynamics shielded him from the blast. I don't know, of course. Here we can see a little hull. Here again, some ruins. Looks like a massive wall back here. Huge wall, extending all the way to over here. Giant blocks leaning on their side. It looks like they've been knocked over. And look up here, just all of it. I'm like a child at a candy store right now. Just very exciting. Look at the base. Oh, I cropped it again. You're not going to be able to see the next tier down here. But you could watch his video. I'll leave the link. And looks like this piece is kind of melted and blobbed over this other one. I'm not sure. Just fascinating in every way. And I'm glad I didn't watch this video. Oh shit. This is and isn't what I was expecting. I mean, of course it is. And yet, I wasn't expecting it. Again, I've cropped out the damn top. The peak is a little bit higher up here. So here we go. Here we go. 1912. Pyramids. Looking more like the South American style pyramids. But I don't know. This is just one picture. Here we see some other kind of structure that's been busted, one side of it at least, and just amazing ruins and artifacts just everywhere, scattered, really intricate shapes. I could sing. This is song-worthy, is it not? I'll spare you the song, this kind of looking natural, but this not. And this really lending to the idea that these giant icebergy things are just buildings. This clearly being a building and just not covered with enough ice and snow. Maybe ultimately that was a cover-up. Maybe that's what they use part of the military budget for. Just going out here and hosing these structures down so they look like ice. I don't know, but this all looks like structures. All of it. And how about this? This is absolutely structures. Here's an archway. Beautiful concrete, beautiful material here. And this goes up another, I don't know, probably 10 feet, and then it's busted, like the roof's busted off. These are absolutely in ruins. And now I'm just intuitively feeling that this is what happened to everything. All throughout the realm, everything got rocked by heat and then covered with snow. And just down here, everything melts. And we have a lot of flooding. And up here, in theory, there isn't the flooding. There's not the burying. Everything is still preserved in its post-destructive phase. And this really reminding me, this architecture, even though it's melted and dripping as we can see right here, this really reminding me of the palace in China, the Winter Palace. I don't know why, I see it here. I see that this would have felt kind of like the Winter Palace. How interesting that this is in Antarctica. Maybe that's why they call the Winter Palace, because clearly China is not always wintry. And speaking of winter, sorry if you can hear the wind, it's just raging, but whatever. Here I stared at this photo earlier. Are these bones? I don't know. Is it metal? Some ruins and bones. And this thing is a pedestal. I should just stop the screen recording and just recrop it, but I don't want to ruin my flow. Here again a pedestal, and this time we have more of the obelisk, but it stops, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet past this point. And these seem legit to me. But I just don't know. I would have to look into this exploration a lot more, and I will. This is just phase 1. As you know, I make my videos in real time. There's no script. Of course, I've done some research before this, or I wouldn't have been inspired to share as I am right now. Look at this thing. And once again, just how I was blown away by the pyramid, I have a feeling I'm gonna be blown away again if this is true. What I need to do is take some screenshots and do a reverse image search. And I'll do that after we go through these. So really, no doubt columns almost crystallizing, almost looking like ice like we see here. And eventually, it's like everything does return to what looks like ice. Could this exploration have been the hosing off of these, or the destroying? Oftentimes, just like the World's Fair even, we get one showcase, and then the eradication, the destruction of everything. Is that what we're seeing here? Was Robert Scott part of this initial crew sent in to seek and destroy? And how interesting, I don't know if you could see that down there in the bottom, how I'm moving in between 2 screens, but it looks like a building with the columns around it. Okay, now we're really looking like the Winter Palace. Or just anything. This could be in India, Peru, and we can see how it's all buried. And we know that they smudge. Greenland is not covered with ice. That's what they want us to believe, and this is what we have going on. Terraced cities that have fared very well. I'd live in one of these. Patch it up. I don't know how I'd heat it. Doesn't look like there's trees around here. Lending to the credibility of this being where it is purported to be. Oh shit, it's so windy. I think it's affecting the internet, or you know who doesn't like this. Let's go ahead and take a pause. I'll recrop the screen and we'll watch the second half. Okay, I think I'm back, and hopefully we can see the full screen now. Here's the title of this video, and the mind-blowing, massive ruins of Antarctica. Down here looking like smaller brick-sized, but up here just becoming massive. Cyclopean, as it's referred to in the mainstream. My sink has a drip. I'm gonna have to go and get a little rubber washer. For the second time. My water must be really hard. It is. It's shit. In here, just a scattered pile of blocks and even thinner parts that look like metal. I'm not sure. This is so cool. I'm so excited and upset at the same time. And here, are these men left over from the past civilization? I don't think so, of course I don't think so, but they look very exotic, that's all. Just very exotic. And standing in front of these beautiful, beautiful ruins. So machine-like. Look at this. Some ball that has fallen over, and I don't know. Let me know if you have any idea what this could be. This just looks like more than a building or a monument. Really looking like a machine, maybe laying on its side. Even they're interested. And wow, super cool. Again, in the Southwest and all over the realm, everything seems to have been buried, so we wouldn't recognize something like this. Many people just say, oh, natural formation. But look at what lies at the very base and in ruins. I don't think that any of this look like this. No. Again, polygonal? No. Cooked out and melted into this polygonalism. Here it is, once again. Last time, where were we? On the coast of California. Look at this pipe going through this. You can see it, right? And this is just kind of melted. Unbelievable today. I don't care where these are. I would be fascinated. And the fact that it's said to be in Antarctica. Just total mind blower today. Again, I don't think that this was built like this. We see intricacy and the condition that it's in, just rendering it into what looks like loose rock, but with very flush faces. I love stuff like this. And I still think our research is obscure enough. I mean to say, I think we're 20 years ahead of the masses pulling their heads out of their asses. Look up here. Look at this entryway, like a little Petra, but a massive one, super massive, and just remains, and all this remains. It's almost looking like a little house, but it's a ruin. Here, some sort of column laying in the water. Again, 1912, Captain Robert Scott. Good old Bob. And the ruins, very ruin-like, not natural. An excellent transition from clearly man-made architectural wonders and ruins to what we would be told is natural, stones and ice even. And I don't think so. This is a city. In the past, we've looked at the glass beaches, of course in California, but there's glass beaches in the Arctic regions as well, with just gorgeous green, emerald-like glass. I bet there's the same kind of glass around here. And we see some dots. You see dot, 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 and those could be crop dots. Recently, there's been much exploration into exposing the manipulation of photos in the past. And this is one of the signs that are often left behind. Crop spots, sometimes numbered. And it could be. Here again, we see pyramids. This would be the perfect image for them to crop. But I don't think they had any intentions for these photos to be shared with the public. But this was from 1912, we are told. Looking as if this is taken from inside a structure. I see columns on either side, I'm not sure. And here, just some random ornate column in the tundra. And again, some sculptures now. Unbelievable. Now lending to what these people look like, how they dressed. Very advanced. This is awesome. You see the meltage here of what was once a structure. Why do some things survive? I don't know. Could just simply be the shape that they possess protects them from some plasmatic outpouring. Unbelievable. What if everybody knew such things are to be found in Antarctica? Is that not a game changer? Would people not demand the rights to go? For 50 nations to drop their BS treaty, keeping the average man away from this land? And this is what I always suspected. I had no doubt, but I just didn't think I'd see the pictures. I really didn't, let alone have the opportunity to share. And really transitioning. Again, the shape may have preserved it, but clearly melted down, a little disfigured. And what? Unbelievable. Here again. Here a resident in stone. And down here at his navel, it looks like the turtle in the never-ending story. Here, an inhabitant of this city in ruin, in stone. Just actually a beautiful statue, really. The detail on the beard, in stone. This is a big deal today. I don't know if it will be perceived as big of a deal as I see it. Probably not. And that's just fine. Here it is. This guy looking like Santa Claus, but it also looks like there's some cropping here. I'm just not sure. Why would you even crop this? Why would anyone even want to portray this? This is clearly something that has never been portrayed by anyone in the mainstream. Maybe for a movie? I don't know. Do these shadows work? Kinda. Yeah. Light source coming from over here. And this guy looking like a Viking, if I'm seeing this correctly. Willie Nelson pigtails on each side. Looking like a great warrior and also very peaceful. This is clear, even after this cataclysm. And it really is just seeming like Planet of the Apes or something. I must suspend my disbelief and my belief at the same time. Down here it says something. I've cropped it, unfortunately. You know how they do? They write stuff down here, and it's actually written really nice. Actually adding legitimacy to the photo. Let me show you real quick. So you see there? Oh, I wish that would go away. But anyway, you see something written. Something A-D or I don't know what. Just mind-blowing, that's all. This guy also looking like some kind of warrior. Really advanced. All of this. None of this being even slightly from a primitive people. This photo not coming in as well for some reason. And down here we see structures. And here I think it looks like perhaps photoshopping, I'm not sure. More structures with writing down here. Zoomed in a little closer, I think. Terraces, perhaps the tops of buildings. Maybe this is up on the mountaintop where the snow is much deeper. And actually this is interesting. There's like ships encapsulated in ice. Some sinkholes. And perhaps these ice over and become some of these formations that we see. I mean, the truth is it doesn't snow much in these regions. There is a point, and here are some other ones at the end of his video. Really good ones. And he's put his cue cards on top here, so it's kind of blocking the image. I don't know if I can get rid of that. But what we see is a ship frozen in the ice. You see it, right? Just what I was talking about. The ship is frozen in the ice. We see the sails sticking out. We see another ship over here sticking out of the ice, and some kind of animal that clearly doesn't live in this area now. An ibex, maybe? Super cool. Right up till the end. So yeah, go check out his video. Tell him we enjoyed it. And we'll end this segment here. This next segment is with an old high school friend. He doesn't know anything about this subject, and it was a fun experiment. Are you seeing this shit?
Yeah.
Look at this, Amars. Look at this. So I need to talk to your parents. I need to be like, what the hell? Why does it look like Hiroshima in 1970 in the Bronx? Hiroshima, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
Why does it look like a war zone? Watch, this is just one picture. Let me show you. Here's Russia. Here's a little Russia action. Doesn't that look Russian, this picture?
Yeah.
I think this guy is showing how you have flooding all over the world. And here we have like, are those like, I don't even know what we're seeing here. The people are the weirdest thing. I'm guessing that's China. I don't know, but I think it is. And this is definitely Russia. So there's like flooding everywhere. This looks like India. I don't know. And just a lot of fake people. I really think they've stuck a lot of fake people in these pictures. These are really weird. Look at these people. Look at that. They look like this person. This person looks so old. Do you see that? This person looks like 120 years old. 200 years old right here. This person looks like 150 years old. Do you see that, Amars?
150.
Do you see how old those people look?
Yep.
It's not the best resolution, but these people look really, really old, if not dead. But actually, they look alive. I see their souls in their eyes, but they are really, 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 really old. And look at this guy. This guy is like a cowboy, but it looks like he has no hands. Mars, are you there? Sus.
Yeah.
Oh, you disappeared. I just thought you got disconnected.
I need the light.
Blinded by the light. You know that song?
Blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light, I think is what they say. Can't believe that song. Here we have Easter Island. Okay, I'm gonna cut the stream. We have 1 minute left of the stream.
What? Really?
Well, we can do another one, but it's telling me that the recording is gonna stop in 1 minute.
Oh shit.
But that's all right. That was good. I think that was a good sesh. I think we totally accomplished what I was hoping that we would accomplish. Well, that was ridiculous, but it was fun. I thank you for joining me this week. Do have a blessed day. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.